In the world of British innovation, there exists a mesmerizing collection of ideas. Ideas so bold, so imaginative, that they could have reshaped our everyday lives. Yet, despite their brilliance, many of these inventions never found their way into widespread use. Looking at these old photographs, we see more than just blueprints and mechanisms. We see dreams, ambition, and the relentless human spirit that refuses to be confined by the ordinary. As the 20th century dawned, Native American communities stood at a crossroads, facing an uncertain future. The echoes of their ancestors' footsteps faded under the weight of westward expansion. After the Civil War, waves of white settlers, fueled by dreams of prosperity and encouraged by the relentless spread of railroads, pushed deeper into their lands. With every railroad track laid and every settlement built, the Native American way of life was threatened. Imagine the sorrow of watching your homeland vanish before your eyes, the traditions of generations slipping away like sand through fingers. Step back in time and rediscover forgotten gadgets from the early 1900s, some practical, others bizarre, yet all infused with the wonder of human curiosity. These inventions tell the story of an era when nothing seemed impossible, when the simplest of dreams could take form in metal and wood. As we examine these relics, we don't just see objects, we see the minds that crafted them, the excitement of discovery, and the heartbreak of ideas that never quite took flight. It was Christmas Eve in 1971, a night that should have been filled with warmth and joy. But for 17-year-old Julianne Coep, it became a fight for survival against impossible odds. She was aboard Lancer Flight 508, soaring through the Peruvian sky, unaware that fate had other plans. A sudden lightning strike, thunder cracking like a monstrous roar, tore the plane apart midair. Imagine the terror of free falling, the deafening silence before impact. And yet, against all logic, Julianne survived. Alone in the merciless Amazon rainforest, with injuries and only the faint hope of rescue, she clung to life, driven by an unbreakable will and the memory of her parents. The Soviet Union's automotive industry tells a story of resilience, ambition, and the pursuit of progress. From its early beginnings in the late 1920s to the nation's dissolution in 1991, each vehicle carried with it the weight of an era, the dreams of engineers, and the struggles of workers who built them. These weren't just machines. They were symbols of an evolving world, a world where innovation and hardship walked hand in hand. Anne Margaret Olson, a name that once lit up marquees and captivated hearts. More than just a silver screen icon, she was a force of nature, radiating talent, beauty, and charisma. Born in Sweden and raised in the U.S., she enchanted audiences with every move, every note, every dazzling performance. But behind the glamour, she was a woman who fought for her dreams, who faced struggles, who never stopped chasing the fire that made her unforgettable. In the world of cycling history, few designs are as whimsical or as daring as the penny farthing. Its towering front wheel and tiny rear will tell a story of fearless riders, of a time when balance and bravery mattered just as much as engineering. Picture a young man in the late 1800s gripping the handlebars with white-knuckled determination, soaring over cobbled streets, his heart racing as fast as the spinning wheel beneath him. The penny farthing wasn't just a mode of transport. It was an adventure on two wheels. The Vought Sikorsky VS 300 was more than just a helicopter. It was the embodiment of a dream, a testament to the genius of Igor Sikorsky. With its single three-blade rotor and humble 75-horsepower engine, it took flight for the first time on May 13, 1940. Imagine the tension in the air, the anxious anticipation of engineers watching their creation rise from the ground. It was a moment of triumph, proving that the impossible could indeed become possible. The Lancaster watch camera, a marvel from the 1890s that blurred the line between technology and art. This wasn't just a device. It was a glimpse into the secretive world of covert photography, a world of mystery and intrigue. Who held it? What hidden stories did it capture? In an era when every click of the shutter held significance, this tiny watch carried the power to preserve moments unseen by most. Moscow, in the late 19th century, stood on the edge of transformation. The city was a living canvas, painted with the strokes of modernization, its streets buzzing with change. Rare photographs from this era transport us to a time when old met new, when the soul of Moscow wrestled with the demands of progress. Imagine standing in the heart of the city, hearing the distant chime of church bells, feeling the pulse of a metropolis on the brink of reinvention.